I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Alright, part 2 of Dracula. Let's figure out the game plan. I think I'm going to start by cleaning up this wireform. It's a little crusty. It's not bad though, just a little bit crusty. I'll clean up the optos. And I did save the optos from the old one, so I've got lots of spares in case there's any issue with any of those, so that's pretty sweet. So we'll clean up the ramp. We might as well install this plastic. This looks like, oh, okay, so that's the old spare from the old wireform, so I have that as well as a spare, which is sweet. There's some more stuff over here. So this I discovered to be the old game ROM, which was L1. Isn't that what's in there now? Doesn't matter. One thing I was having an issue with is the up-down ramp in the shooter lane. Williams entry ramp mech. So I guess I bought the whole new mech, and this must be the old one, because I fought with that tooth and nail, and I think it ended up just being the wrong plunger that ended up being the issue. There was too much nylon, and somebody put in the wrong plunger, so it was almost like all nylon inside the coil, so when the coil pulsed, nylon's not magnetic. So we'll take a closer look at that. I'm guessing this is the old stuff that I don't need. Don't need that. And got the new balls. My tilt bob. We won't install that till we're on legs. Oh, here's a key. That's probably coin door spare. Yeah, the old one of the old goodie bags. This usually has some decent stuff in it. Let's see. Hey! That's hilarious. I was just over there at the machine looking at this hole in the apron thinking, there should be something in there. Do we got one here? Look at that. There's my whirlwind. Huh. Beauty. Well, that was a nice little find. I don't know if I can just pop that in there, or I gotta lube it and twist it and fight it with a couple hands, but look at that. Huh. Bonus. That is just to, so the glass doesn't get smashed. Just a glass protector. Okay, that's pretty sweet. And here's the up-down ramp I was talking about, right in the shooter lane. It's got to feed the ball underneath. But I do recall, yeah, that was one thing that we struggled with for a long time until determined that it was actually the incorrect plunger. So, also, what else we have to do is clean up this cord. It's a nice looking cord. It's got a ground pin on it. And plug in the machine. And before I install the wireform, I want to recheck all the switches. I haven't tested anything for a couple of years, so make sure everything, all the switches are working before I add another layer that makes stuff more inaccessible. And remember my little fishing line on the machine? I realized what that's for. It's to tie like this to and then pull it down and feed it into the hole that it needs to go into, so this can get underneath. So that's my little fishing line I set up. I was thunking ahead. Oh, we never went through the rest of this stuff here. So what do we got? Those look like just the security screws for the headlock. A couple roll pins for something. Oh, a little E-clip. And some, it's kind of a weird looking washer. I don't know what that's for. but the rubber piece there, that was the gold in that little paper bag there. And oh yeah, diverter. We'll install that as well. So we've got stuff to do. Don't need the apron cards. What is this? Operator's Handbook, 1993. Rubber ring locations. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's kind of just like a little handy guide to have. You stick it in your machine. Little solenoid, table, lamp locations, lamp matrix. Well, that's kind of cute. Instead of having to, like, you know, go through the entire manual and schematics, there's just like a handy dandy little Coles Notes version. So that's pretty cool. Alright, and then once I'm certain that everything's working and everything's installed, then we'll put the icing on the cake. But that is not till the very end. So let's get started, see what we can do. Alright, I'm kind of starting with the easy stuff first, just replacing the center plastic. Well, that looks decent, but look, the colors are kind of nowhere near the original. But once you pan out, it looks fine, but like, how can you go so wrong? I mean, we're talking like orange to red and navy blue to purple. Oh well. I am going to live with it. Oh, and also, I'm not really sure why there's washers here. Maybe because the screws are so small, but tempted to remove them just for it to look better. But that's really getting picky, so we'll see what I end up doing next. Alright, I'm using my fine steel wool with a little bit of water. And you can see the difference here. Pretty crusty. And then at the start right here is where I've been cleaning, but look what I noticed. Missing the actuator arm on this switch, so good thing I have the old one. Oh, I'm getting a call from Russell in Montreal. I'll be right back. Yeah, so that was my buddy Russell. He took my South Park. Oh, wait a minute, you guys don't know about that yet. Oh shit. That has yet to be released. So, anyway, South Park might have went to Montreal, but there's a whole backstory, and you're not going to be able to find out anything about that for quite some time until I'm allowed to release that video, which is a teaser for you. Anyway, so I'm just going to not fudge around. I could just switch the actuator arm, pop it off. Oh, look at that. It's half off already. Okay. I could just pop that onto the old switch, but maybe it popped off for a reason. Sometimes the nubs get a little worn, so... Is that on the nub? Oh, it is on a nub. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just going to switch the whole body and arm together just in case the nubs are worn on this guy, and that's why it popped off in the first place. It's very subtle. Those little nubs there, so I'm just going to change the whole thing to be safe. Alright, the new switch is installed, and doing the ball test here. You want to make sure you hear it click. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there it goes. It's hard to see, and I don't have enough hands to do that, but I've got it set hopefully just right, because if it rolls very slow down the wire form, then the ball could technically get stuck on the other side if it's up too high. So not too high, not too low. Think right now, we're good to go. Alright, so switch has been transferred over. That's all good to go. I cleaned these optos and boards with some toothbrush and rubbing alcohol. Done with that for now. And I think I should clean the wires just a little bit. I'm going to plug this in on the underside of the playfield, I believe, and test these optos. And we should do the switch too, but we can do that on the underside so we don't have to try and install the whole thing. It's probably easier that way. And while we're in there and at it, we can test all the other switches. Let's turn this thing on for the first time. Yeah. All right, before I forget, when I picked up this machine, I basically told them and explained to them that the coolest feature in the game, the Mist Multiball, was not working, and they had the game for over a decade, and they never actually ever saw Mist Multiball. So they didn't know what they were missing, so at least that was a good thing. But I was explaining it to them, and yeah, I showed them a little video of it in action, and yeah, they were like, oh well, we didn't know what we were missing. So yeah, kind of crazy, right? Imagine having a Dracula for 10 years and never seeing Mist Multiball. Like, that's the thing, man. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the wireform connected to my connector, which looks like I labeled me on one side, but not on the other, so that doesn't make much sense. And then here's my fishing line that will ultimately be on the top side. And we're going to turn this thing on for the first time. A couple things I noticed is, looks as though I've at least changed the plunger and links, probably sleeves if I did that. The end of stroke switches are not new. We'll see if I need to do those or not. Not sure about the coil stops either, but I could easily swap those if needed. So, flippers have been addressed to a certain degree, probably to my satisfaction, since I was the one that did them. Here is the up-down ramp. Now, I tried about 10 hours and 1,700 different things to figure out why this up-down ramp wasn't working. And like I said, the plunger in there just had the wrong plunger, and it was like a bit of a hack job too. And that ended up being the issue. I can't really show you very well right now. There's too much in the way, but trust me, nylon plunger was incorrect. And then here's the whole screw assembly for Mist. I've removed that, cleaned it, put it all back together again. Oh, and the reason their Mist didn't work, well, a multitude of reasons. One is because that gate was out of the equation, but maybe that was because Mist wasn't working. Where are they again? There's these limit switches on this motor. Here is one. See this limit switch? Tells you when you're at the end. Well, there's one on each side. And both of them were broken off. So that really caused some confusion. Where did you go on the other side? Oh yeah, right there. It actually took me quite some time to figure that out. I mean, too much time. I should have... Actually, I think I knew that they were broken, but I was trying to diagnose without fixing those first. That was my own stupidity. Okay, so here we go. We're going to turn this on for the first time and quickly try and throw it into switch test so that the machine doesn't get too cranky. Whoa! That's, why is that so loud? Does that mean our battery is not holding? Let's get out of here, see if I can turn down the volume. But all kinds of stuff. Okay, we're gonna have to fix that. There's no reason it should be that loud, unless the volume was just turned up when we put it away. That's very possible. Okay. But sometimes Williams like to have their volume set at a certain level, and you couldn't turn it down past that level because they wanted their machines to be noticed in the arcade. So they're often at kind of a loud level, and there's a setting called minimum volume override, which I always enable that so that you can actually turn the volume below level 8.
Hey, what's the PokerStar password?
Password for our poker account? Yeah. Should I say it live so all fellow shenaniganders can log in?
Oh, you're recording.
I'll just pause. Alright. We got the password going to the poker account. Jamie's going to try and knock some players out in a bounty on PokerStars and see if we can win some money. Okay, we're in switch test. Let's get right back to things here. Are we in switch test? Yeah, okay. Let's test our switches. Boom. I'm going to have to work on that volume. It's very obnoxiously loud. Okay, let's come around here and run through these optos. Okay, ready? 1, 2, boom. Okay, that's beauty. I'm going to install this bad boy next. Oh, and check this out. I had already cleaned up the cabinet, so it's pretty nice. I just gave it another quick vacuum just for fun, but it's pretty nice. Already cleaned up, so yeah, this might be a friggin' 2-part series at the rate this is going, but probably not, knowing me, because I take forever to do crap sometimes. But okay, yeah, I'm gonna put down the playfield and figure out the volume and then test all the top side switches. So I'll keep you posted. Yeah, the volume was just up to like 11. I turned it down to 8, but couldn't go any lower, so... Oh shit, let's go back. Oh shit. I was showing you the minimum volume override. Here we go. Now, we can turn it below level 8. Whoa. Test report. What do we got? Time and date not set. Really? I'm gonna have to check on those batteries just to be safe. But okay. Yeah, I guess we can just do this live right now. Now that the volume's not so obnoxious. Switch edges. Okay, here we go. Looks pretty good with some GI. I did clean up the end of stroke switches, but pretty sure that I already had done that because they look pretty good, but it doesn't hurt to clean them again. So far so good. Slings seem nice and sensitive. Hey, oh right, there's a big opto beam right here. That's what's triggering. Ball on magnet is what it's called. Okay. I have a feeling everything's going to be good. Oh. Hey, what? I lied. That string might be affecting what's going on with this pop bumper. Yep, I think it's my string. Okay, here we go. Okay, before I shopped up this machine, I did think I had it in a little funsy tournament. And so I'm pretty confident that everything's working. Oh, now's a good time to change this diverter. Goes up and down. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. So we got a ramp switch here. And what else we got? Did I check these guys? Yep. Okay. I think I'm going to install the, I should be doing that with a ball really, but that's very accessible, so I could always adjust that. No problem. Okay. Time to install the ramp. Well, shall we exit out of here? No, it's going to make too much noise. I was going to see what the attract mode looks like, but we're not going to do that just yet. And it's a little tiniest little bit of dusty crusties I'm going to take the vacuum to as well. Alright, ramp is getting there. So here's my old fishing strategy. I don't think I've ever used this strategy anywhere else, but I had this all put together and then just determined that my ramp was all whack. So, but you can see that, can you see where it's got to go? Right down in there. So, I'm going to give it a try and see how that goes. Alright, I see why I got a new diverter now. The original one is really bent out of whack. Holy cripes. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to install the new one. Alright, the ramp is installed. I think I got everything tightened down. I had to remove these screws. There's for the wireform there. It looks pretty cozy. Put on my ramp cover. It kind of feels like it might be touching a little bit there, but... And, of course, the new diverter. I still have to vacuum up a little bit of crust, but we're gonna throw in the new shiny balls and turn this bad boy on and see what happens. Alright, here we go. It's going to want to feed a ball under the ramp to stage it into the mist hole for starters. So let's see if that happens. Ramp, go up. Ooh, it's looking really pretty. Hello. It's trying to. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. There we go. And ball is staged. So, as long as that opto right there is registering that ball, then the magnet should shut up and be happy. So, we'll give it a second here, but in the meanwhile, let's check out the LED action. This attract mode is pretty friggin' awesome. This noisy screw assembly is really friggin' annoying. Like, come on, for real? You can stop at any time. Why? I remember this from before, but that was when crap wasn't working. In theory, all the mist crap should be working. The gates, the optos. Really? It's just gonna keep going? Okay, obviously something's not right. There we go. I figured at some point it would shut up. So, I do have a sneaking suspicion that everything might not be happy in Dracula land with the mist. But doesn't this look friggin' amazing? Look at that. Let's check that credit dot. Probably just time and date. Well, maybe not now. Maybe there's something else. Magnet right error. And, oh, we're gonna go through this. Maybe. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe it's that right limit switch that is just not behaving properly. If it's not registering, then that would make sense. So, I guess I better go check that and switch test before I proceed. I will keep you posted. Alright, so Jamie is in the middle of a poker tournament. Now she's visiting our neighbor out front and asked me to step in because she's sitting out right now. The right limit switch, boom, was not being pressed in when the magnet was all the way over to the right. So I bent the switch a bit, and I threw it in magnet test quickly. But as you can see, the magnet isn't going crazy right now. So I think that might be resolved. So, all right, I guess I gotta go play poker. So I may or may not be back. We'll see. All right, well, Jamie left me with 7,000 chips. And, oh, I'm in the middle of a hand here. 6, 5, 6. I'm in a gut shot. Check, free card? No. But anyway, so I've already knocked out 2 players, got a couple bounties, and, yeah, so up to 20,000 chips. So that's what I'm doing right now. Trying to take this hand down, but that's half pot bet. I'm out. Alright, I'm still playing. It's just a $1 bounty and game, and in 63rd of 143, top 111 get paid. But I'm gonna have to go soon because Ray's running a little mini pinball tournament, and I'm gonna head over there and maybe we'll do a little mini video on that or something. I'm probably not gonna do a full thingamajiggy. Oh, I folded a 10. Alright. Wish me luck.